Emotional infidelity targets the biological attachment system, where the formation of a competing bond shatters the nervous system's primary sense of safety. Using decades of clinical research from the Gottman Institute and attachment science, we are going to walk through the 5-step process required to restore emotional safety and replace toxic secrecy with genuine connection. Before beginning this work, 2 things must happen. The active emotional affair must stop immediately, and the betraying partner has to drop all defensiveness. Recovery relies on a concrete proof-of-work plan. Here is how you execute it. Right now, step 1 is the secrecy test. The betraying partner must use this to accurately label the outside relationship. The test is direct. Would you say or do the exact same things with this person if your partner was sitting right next to you? This distinguishes privacy from secrecy. Privacy is maintaining an independent inner world. Secrecy is the active concealment of interactions, like deleting a text thread before walking through the door. For the betraying partner, labeling the infidelity accurately is the only way for healing to begin. Avoid the common error of minimizing the connection as just a friendship. Step 2 is severing the competing attachment. This requires sending a final termination message to the affair partner and blocking all further contact. Because the human nervous system requires exclusive emotional energy to maintain a secure bond, any contact with the affair partner prevents the primary relationship from functioning. Downgrading an affair to a friendship keeps the betrayed partner in a state of active trauma. The nervous system cannot repair while it is still exposed to the source of the threat. Step 3 is proof-of-work transparency. The betraying partner voluntarily offers full access without prompting. Clinical recovery relies on verifiable actions. Empty promises are fiat love, words backed by nothing. Proof of work is the daily accumulation of transparent behavior. This flow of data is the only mechanism allowing the betrayed partner's nervous system to exit fight or flight. The betraying partner must hold vigil, proactively bringing up the affair, relieving your partner of the burden of carrying the trauma alone. Now, step 4 is rebuilding emotional intimacy. The betraying partner actively redirects their emotional energy, making their spouse the first person they call with daily news. For the betrayed partner, this step requires changing your line of questioning. Focus on motives rather than sordid details like logistics and frequency, which only inflict further pain. Ask investigative questions. Explore what the affair meant to them and what part of themselves they felt they could only express in that outside relationship. Reconnection happens when the focus shifts away from the mechanics of the betrayal and toward the meaning behind the diverted emotional energy. In order to prevent future betrayals, we have to deeply examine the emotional state of the relationship prior to the crisis. Step 5 is identifying the vulnerability vacuum together, a process ideally guided by a specialized therapist. A vulnerability vacuum is a structural deficit in the relationship, often caused by a long-term pattern of ignored bids for connection. The emotional affair acts as an unstable third-party prop, a temporary attempt to hold up a compromised house that was already leaning. Identifying these system weaknesses is not about blaming the betrayed partner. The choice to cheat remains solely the responsibility of the person who strayed. Diagnosing the vacuum structurally safeguards the system so this failure cannot happen again. The framework is now complete. Define the secrecy, sever the tie, execute daily proof of work, redirect emotional energy, and fix the vulnerability vacuum. These 5 steps follow a standard sequence: acknowledgement in the first 2 months, severing the tie by month 4, rebuilding intimacy through month 9, and addressing structural dynamics up to month 18. Repairing a shattered attachment system requires an average of 12 to 24 months of dedicated work. As couples therapist Esther Perel often tells her patients, "Your first marriage is over. Would you like to create a second one together?" Clinical studies tracking couples who follow these high-transparency protocols show that 60 to 70% of them don't just survive, they forge a more resilient and honest bond than they had before the affair. To begin this process safely, seek out a specialized trauma and infidelity couples therapist to guide you through this framework.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.